6 years, people. 6 years. And this wasn't the celebration I hoped it would be. Sometimes life just bends you over and fucks you from behind. Now, I wanted to share some amazing news with you all in a few weeks, but for the second time in less than a year, that news has been viciously and cruelly snatched away. In fact, it was the day that I should have been celebrating being your world champion for 100 days. So right now, my wife is broken and my family is suffering and in pain, and that's going to take a lot of time to heal. Now, the beauty of pro wrestling is it's an escape for most fans. It's a place where you can go for a couple of hours and get out of your own head. And I get to sit down every week with my brothers in arms, Mike, Moses, Travis, I know you're coming back soon. The three of them have been rocks for me this past 12 months, and for the past 6 years, I've had the pleasure of sitting down with the best faces in the business, from my sensei, Kenny Killer, to former co-hosts Evan McCabe, Roxy Toxic, to Belmont, Cookie, B-Rot, to some everlasting relationships that I could list as long as my arm with some incredible people in RWT, the Kingpin, the Essential Robert Davis, my opponent in tonight's exhibition, Daniel Crimmins, Moni, Lynn, Teddy, Cypher, everybody. And of course, it all started with Phoenix, and I can't wait to make history with him one-on-one at Promomania. So, as horrific as this week has been, this is my one day of the week where I get to escape the shit world that we live in for 2 hours. So, let's have some fun. Welcome to the show. And thank you for 6 years of Max Wrestling.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Welcome to the show, episode 315, the 6th anniversary of the Max Wrestling podcast. This is your captain speaking, along with the podcast machine, Mike Loughlin, and even though the times and clocks have changed, King Mo II will be joining us momentarily.
First off, happy 6th anniversary, man. I've been a pleasure to be on this for 4 years, so I mean 6 years in total. Bro, it's been a long ride.
You've been here for like, 66%? No, wait, 75% of the show.
Yes.
And it feels like you've been here forever.
Thank you.
You're part of the furniture.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Well, I've been carrying that furniture when I did move house back in 2018 when you and Phoenix did that show together. It was the first time that you and Phoenix, I think, did a show together in like a while. And then, Mike's moving house. We'll see him next week. So, yes, that sticks out in my mind very vividly.
And I've moved house. Well, we've been doing this too, recently.
Yeah, man. Parallel lives, brother.
And Moses got 2 monitors. He hasn't moved house. All right.
Nobody's moved monitors.
Well, coming up this week, after 6 years and 2 days of Max Wrestling, it's the captain's first non-special exhibition promo against Daniel Crimmins, and a blast from the past as I replay my favorite old school promo from the show. Plus, reactions to Fastlane, Kenny Omega looking to take over Impact, Takeover takes shape, and more. But first, it's probably everybody's least favorite segment of the week. It's We Watch WWE So You Don't Have To. We definitely need a graphic for that.
Oh, we do, but I got a lot to say when it comes to Raw, and especially Fastlane. Go ahead. I can't even, bro.
On the whole, I didn't hate Fastlane. It wasn't a bad pay-per-view. I think the problem going into it was that it was just completely unnecessary. We didn't need another pay-per-view in March when we've now got less than 3 weeks before WrestleMania, which they now... Raw was 75% of I challenge you to a match at WrestleMania because they've left it this late to book the friggin' show.
Yeah, and I was talking with our fellow King Mo, and he was saying, Mike, you're being too nice. You thought the show sucked. And I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I like some elements, but I'll be honest with Moses. I did fall asleep for like 3 of the matches. I think I first conked out for Oh god, I know I was sleeping through Drew and Sheamus, and I slept through Seth and Nakamura, so I had to watch those over again. And I saw Seth one, which of course they're building to Cesaro. Drew and Sheamus was fucking great. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that was a great badass brawl, and it did not disappoint. I think the only thing that everybody really ridiculed and really kind of like went at was Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. But I'm like, what the hell did you expect?
I was okay with it. Like,
Me too, but everybody was freaking out like, oh, the lights are coming down and they're doing the voodoo and the hoodoo. I'm like, it was to set up for the Fiend where he's burnt. It made sense to go back to the continuity of that. And everybody was pissed because, like, oh, we're going towards WrestleMania. It's not like a Firefly Funhouse match. It's just a normal match. Well, life is a circle. 2017, Orton beat Bray one-on-one for the title. Now the Fiend is coming to avenge that. Boom, here we are at WrestleMania.
it's like people are suddenly surprised that it's a supernatural storyline. Like, have you not been paying attention for the past 2 years?
It's just people, and they don't get it, and that's okay if you don't get it. It's not for you to get, Teddy P. No,
Well, I definitely didn't fall asleep through any of the matches at Fastlane. I think I was paying more attention because we had so many predictions.
Oh my god!
And yes,
First,
Phoenix, I forgot to include you on the live tweets, but give me a break. There was 12 friggin' people predicting.
that's what I was gonna say. First of all, Phoenix got hot at you because he's like,
Yeah.
"Where are my predictions?"
And then I added his scores up, and you know, Ryan still won anyway. Congratulations, Ryan Taylor, first time predictions champion.
That's what I meant to ask you. Who the hell is Ryan Taylor?
This is one of Chad's boys, bringing him over to steal our belts.
Can you do me a favor? Really? Does he have to be on the show at Promo Mania? That son of a bitch. For fuck's
Are
sake.
you starting a rivalry with Chad?
I will start a rivalry if he comes for the knowledge title and I win it, that son of a bitch. I'm going to definitely start a rivalry with CJ in the building.
Well, you know what? We may as well make the announcement now. Wait. We believe Alex and Ella will both be returning for Trivia Takeover to challenge the Knowledge Champion, and Chad will be making his competitive debut as he joins the Challengers team for Trivia Takeover for the Knowledge Championships Champions Chase.
I'm just saying that this mofo comes out of nowhere, and I love you, Chad, and I listen to bold predictions when it's not early ass o'clock. Here's the thing: I subscribe to the bold predictions on YouTube, right?
Yes.
And it has like when it's gonna go live, and I'm like, all right, that's too early for me. I gotta go to sleep. I'll watch it later. But no, and you know, with UK time, so it's one of those things where him and his boys do a great job, and I got to look at it from a stance too. Chad, I love you, but for fuck's sake, that is the thing. Just put it on a t-shirt. For fuck's sake, Chad.
How can anything be too early for you? You don't sleep.
No, but I need to sleep for work when I'm doing like afternoon shifts, man. I got to get a nice balanced breakfast. I feel like freaking Sesame Street. Don't waste water. Water, 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 water. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am human at the end of the day. You know, I'm not like Vince McMahon, who Jericho tells the story. Like Vince was asleep on the Iraq tour, right? So they're in the fucking big ass jet. Jericho takes a picture of Vince sleeping, and Jericho goes to Vince. He goes, "Hey, I thought you never sleep." And then Vince just looks at him and goes, "Delete that right now." And that's what Jericho talks about when Vince says he doesn't sleep.
Well, hot rumor coming out about the Fiend at Fastlane, which. You know what? I'm kind of buying into. And the rumor is that it's not the real Fiend. It's actually Bo Dallas. Playing mind games. The mind control with Randy. And then the real Fiend is going to show up at WrestleMania. And once I heard that rumor, the more I look at the pictures of the Fiend at Fastlane, the more I thought it's a different build.
You think, what I was about to say, you think he lost some weight in his time
He's
gone?
either lost some weight or it's somebody really small like Bo Dallas wearing padding.
I would be all right with that too, because, well, I mean, we did have the fake Kane with Luke Gallows in 2006. No thanks, that was horrible. But no, it's like I'm okay with if they do that, and it makes sense because you give Bo something to do. And here's the thing: Bo Dallas, people could say what they want with the Bo leave, and he's coming out in his whitey tighties, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things where he's not a bad talent. Let us not forget he was the NXT champion, and you know you have heel heat as NXT champion when you have the NXT audience turn their back on you when you're coming out for your entrance, man.
Yeah. Like many people, was much better in NXT than he was on the main roster.
Yeah. Ugh. Poor Bo.
I mean, he was better in NXT, but he still had the same gimmick, which is crazy. Is why it's so weird, because he had the same gimmick in NXT that he had when he came to the main roster, but it didn't work on the main roster because they never really gave it a chance.
Well, that was my issue because if you remember, like 2013, he eliminated Wade Barrett from the Royal Rumble, and then he looked like he was going to feud with Wade, and then they just put him back down to NXT. He's like, oh, he's not ready yet, and then he comes back with Bo Leave.
Yeah, they somehow managed to make him more of a joke on the main roster.
Yeah, and then of course the Social Outcast.
Yes, which actually was a cool group.
It was, but he really didn't get like big until like him and Curtis Axel were the B team.
Yeah, and Curtis Axel, another one who just faded away into obscurity.
Oh my goodness! Well, he got released, so who knows what he's
now. I hear Jacksonville's nice.
Put that's a new one for us. Yes, but here Jacksonville's nice. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, the Fiend obviously had a different look. He was more burned, and people have been ridiculing that. Like, what did you expect? The guy got set on fire. Quote, set on fire.
That's what pisses me off, man. Like, people just don't understand. Or, well, that's hokey. Why are they doing that? Because the mofo got burnt, and it's like, hello, you know what I'm saying? So it has that new feel to it, and it's cool, and it's storytelling. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think we were talking about this last week. I'm tired of seeing the black goo and, just scaring him and everything like that in the fire. But this had a lot more elements to it, and I like the fact that she dropped the lights from the sky. I thought that was a nice touch.
Oh, that was cool.
It was, and also the fact that Randy Orton's wife got pissed with that pinfall, man.
Yeah, the only person who wasn't pissed was Randy.
I mean, hey, you know who else was probably pissed? That son of a bitch, Ryan Cabrera, because Alexa Bliss was literally on the way down. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't forget Alexa's crazy stalker.
That guy. All right.
I'm surprised he hasn't gone after Randy Orton already.
That friggin' guy and Sonya Deville's stalker can both go fuck themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
What I did find funny on Raw was obviously the Fiend attacked Randy, and they immediately said he's challenged him to WrestleMania, even though he didn't say anything.
Okay. Hold on. You're gonna make me laugh with this. They build it like he's gonna put him on fire. RKO's him. Here comes Alexa, and then all of a sudden, Mandible Claw's sister Abigail points at the sign. There's some fire. WrestleMania. Sort of like what he did with Cena, pointing at last year, right? But at the end of the day, he said nothing. He said nothing, but just the point, the proverbial point.
We can accept that as a challenge. But the funniest thing was, that was the fastest graphic I've ever seen made.
Yes, it was. That's very true. It's like, just add it to the card. The Fiend versus Randy Orton. I'm like, okay.
He literally pointed to the sign 10 seconds ago, and you've already got a graphic for it? That's convenient.
Oh, my God. It's what they do because, dude, they had no clue what the fuck they were going to be doing. They just did it all in one night. Yeah. That's why everybody was pissed at the whole... And there was people pissed that Rhea Ripley just came out and challenged Asuka. I'm like, why are you pissed about this? It's something new. It's something different.
Again, they've left themselves so little time to build WrestleMania that they're now rushing to finish the card. A couple of weeks ago, we were huffing and puffing because we assumed Charlotte was going to get the shot at Asuka. Now, there's two ways to look at this. Obviously, the story is that she tested positive for COVID, which is, is probable. But it's also very convenient that it's the same day that her fiancé finally got his release after previously being denied his release.
Mm-hmm.
And the rumor I saw was that she bargained with WWE to allow him to be released, providing she didn't compete at WrestleMania.
That's the thing, too, man, with Andrade. And I'm going to say this, like, with him... Like, if Zelina Vega, who's rumored to go to AEW, they could do something with her and him in AEW or something in regards to that. Maybe somewhere proud and powerful. Like, there's a lot of people that want to see him go there, but I'm going to say right now, if he were to go, he's not going to go to Ring of Honor. I don't see him going to Ring of Honor. I could see him going to Impact. That would be pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of talent he could work with at Impact. So for me, if I was Andrade, I would go to Impact or AEW.
Yeah. And then people are going to complain that AEW signed another old WWE guy.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's why I say Impact, and I think you'll like this reference. He would be what Alberto El Patron should have been. Because if you remember, Alberto El Patron comes in. He's a babyface. Wins the title immediately. He's trash-talking WWE. He's inviting Triple H and the Usos to his cantina because they insulted my baby. And you know what I'm saying? And doing what he does. Then he gets off TV for the thing with Paige. Comes back as a heel. Feuds with Austin Aries. Eats the steak in front of him because that's how he rolls.
Steaks and weights.
Steaks and weights. And then he goes to the press conference, says, fuck this shit, I'm out. No, thanks. That's the end of Alberto El Patron. He would be what Alberto El Patron should have been.
Yes, and Andrade is not a drug addict and doesn't abuse women.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Fuck Alberto Del Patron.
Fuck it. That was so quick how you said that. I
Cabron.
wasn't expecting that.
Alberto El Cabron.
Ooh, okay.
So I can imagine how that ultimatum would have gone with Charlotte saying, look, he wants to go, let him go. What do you want? Well, okay, if we let him go, you miss WrestleMania. Ha, she'll never accept this. She won't miss WrestleMania. Fine. Wait, what?
That's exactly spot on how it would be. But from a stance too, like I mean, I'll be honest with you. What was funny is because we know how you feel about El Charlotte Rooney there.
I feel the same way many people do. Like, I'm not saying she's not talented. Personally, I've never been a huge fan, but she's just so overpushed. And they don't even hide the fact that they just hand her title shots.
So it's interesting that you say like you were never a fan of her, because I remember when she first debuted in NXT as a babyface, and it's like, oh, it's Ric Flair's daughter. She sucked, and then once she started wrestling Natalia, she got better. Go ahead.
Yeah, when she was in NXT, I liked the fact that she was just Charlotte, and she tried to step away out of Ric Flair's shadow. I say I wasn't a huge fan. I liked her, but I didn't really think all that much. But then a few months onto the main roster, and they start calling her Charlotte Flair. Mm-hmm. So now it's all that work she did to kind of make a name for herself is being undone because you're throwing shades of Daddy's gimmick onto her.
Yeah, man, and it's the thing too, like what she did with the work, like after she was the babyface, like her, Summer Rae, and Sasha Banks were like a little trio, which was kind of funny. And then like she started getting into her rhythm as a heel and as the NXT Women's Champion. And like you said, when she came in with the PCB and that whole crap that they did with Team Bad and all that, like she was Charlotte, but then we started going towards Charlotte Flair, and it's like, all right, we know what you're doing here. And then she kept winning and winning and winning the damn title.
Let's not forget the original name of PCB that they had to change because they realized it was the name of a porno. Submission Sorority.
Ah. All right, you're gonna put me there because the perv here with his adult stars. Yes, I'm aware of the film.
Is it any good?
It's okay. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not like that. Okay, I'm going to say this really quickly. I feel like Evan, because Evan used to talk a lot of porn on this show.
Oh,
anyway, so there was this adult film where, oh my God, what's this? I forgot the guy's name, but he did talking about on stand-up comedy. No, not Brad. No, not Brad Maddox. No, there was a guy doing stand-up comedy, and he was talking about this scene where it's pretty much like it's from a POV perspective, and the guy's like making eggs, and then the girl comes in, and he's like, yeah, but I really want to go to the zoo, I want you to sign my permission slip. And she's like, well, how bad do you want to go? And then it's like a BJ for like 15 minutes. I'm like, this is the wackiest fucking dumbass porn ever for POV. You want to go to the zoo? Okay, here it is. Giraffe, motherfucker.
It's feeding time at the zoo.
That it is.
What was it, a petting zoo?
Oh God.
Ugh, okay.
It's like Tom Green, Freddie Got Fingered. Daddy, would you like some?
Man, no.
It's a horrible film.
Frickin' Tom Green.
Fucking
shit. All right. Like we said, Asuka is now facing Rhea Ripley, which is a great match. Did they face in NXT? I don't think they did. I think they just missed each other.
Never, dude. Like when she left, like she was, Rhea was starting to get into like being in the Mae Young Classic the year after, so they just missed each other.
Yeah. So first time ever. Hopefully Rhea Ripley can get some redemption from the bullshit lost last year, which, incidentally enough, was to Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
I think it's kind of poetic actually that Rhea Ripley has taken Charlotte's place.
It all comes full circle, man. Karma is the son of a bitch. Also, I got to say this because I got to get it out of my system, Dazzy. So, Naomi and Lana, a.k.a. Glow and Blow. Mm-hmm. So, they are both Florida girls. And as we all know, WrestleMania's in Tampa. They are winning the tag titles in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fine. I'm still salty with the whole shit that happened with Dakota and Raquel.
Yeah, me too. But also, here's what everybody else was like complaining about. Why are Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil, the host of WrestleMania? I'm like, they're in Tampa. Titus O'Neil's is from Tampa. Hulk Hogan, Tampa. Like, why is this like surprising to you guys? I mean, I can understand Titus O'Neil, but yeah.
It's just ironic. It's ironic because of all the controversy with Hogan and his comments.
I know.
Honestly, I think it would have been worse if they'd have put him with Big E.
Oh my God, that would have been horrible.
Yeah, but I think Titus is more of a forgiving person. He seems okay with it. It'll just be so awkward every time we see them on screen together.
Well, and also you have to look at like Titus O'Neil is like one Father of the Year, and he's like a big ambassador now for WWE. And then you got Hulk, who's Hulk Hogan. So it's like what it is. It's going to be interesting to see. That's all I can say because I'm like, when I first saw that, I'm like, Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil, like really? And I'm like, okay. I mean, all right, I guess. And well, Titus O'Neil also brought my favorite line from last year with the Firefly Funhouse match. I don't know what I just saw.
Yeah. But what are the odds of Hulk Hogan becoming 24/7 champion?
Oh, for God's sake. Let me tell you something, dude. 24/7, 365. Take your vitamins, say your prayers, train hard. Brother, dude. Hulk Hogan 24/7.
I won the hardcore title in the Performance Center, brother. Both wrong.
Both wrong. By the way, you know what it's like? It is like Hulk Hogan and Muppets in Space. Hulkster, what are you doing? I'm a bad guy now, dude. That's what it is. Hulk Hogan and Muppets in Space.
Oh, boy. Now, the other challenge... Well, actually, there's two more challenges that we saw on Raw. 2 weeks ago, The Miz was WWE Champion.
Oh, God.
Just 2 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, he held one of the most prestigious championships in all of pro wrestling. Now he's dressing in a rabbit suit, in a bunny costume, rapping with John Morrison, and he's about to face the rabbit guy at WrestleMania.
Okay, I'll comment on this because I'm not going to lie. I did laugh at Hey Hey Hop Hop. That did crack me up a little bit. But at the same time, in retrospect, of hindsight, like you said, he was the WWE champion 2 weeks ago, and now he's going to be in a attraction match facing a celebrity in Bad Bunny. And I say celebrity very loosely because a lot of us didn't know who he is. But the only reason I was telling you this on Netpicks, which will air, with Bad Bunny, I like the fact that he's taking it seriously and that he actually wants to learn the business and wants to get in there. I can respect that. But at the same time, too, who the fuck is he?
That's my issue. I would have less of a problem with Bad Bunny because he is enjoying himself and he's taking it seriously. I'd have less of a problem if WWE stopped making him out to be, fucking Shirley Bassey.
Look, I understand that he has lots of downloads on... Well, this is what our current generation of technology is about. You have a lot of downloads on Spotify. And I mean, I'm happy that he won a Grammy and all this stuff and the awards he's got. But I'm like, you're just big in the Latin American rap market. Like, a lot of us don't know who you are.
He's very famous in a small section of the world. Nobody knows who he is in the UK. He's not in any charts in the UK. And apparently, well, by the sound of it, half the wrestling fan base don't know who he is.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. And, like, I'll say this right now, and she's one of my friends who I've had the pleasure of interviewing. Samantha Cole, who's a artist, right? Samantha Cole. Shaggy, Love Me, Sex Machine, which came out after Boombastic. So she was on that song. She's had her own album in the States as well. But we've talked about it on the show when I've had her on. Like, she's big in, like, Asia and all the international markets. There are some artists that are very big in international markets, and it shows. That's a prime example. But it's like with Bad Bunny, too. It's like, Bad Bunny, get that money. We're like, who the hell is this guy? And at the same time as well, WWE fans are just kind of like, I mean, like I said, it's a 50-50 scenario. It's a catch-22 where we have, this guy's taking it seriously. It's great. He's having fun. Awesome. But at the same time, it's like, again, who the fuck is he? And now he's taking on The Miz in a celebrity match where you had a guy who was a WWE champion, and The Miz has had prominent WrestleMania matches, and now he's taking on a rapper. Go ahead.
You've also kind of saddled Damian Priest into this whole thing.
Well, you know why they put him with him, because he's Hispanic.
Yeah. But everybody assumed that it was going to lead to a tag match, which at least would have got Damian Priest a match at WrestleMania, but no, it's one-on-one and Damian Priest is in this corner.
Same with Jomo. Good morning, Moses Marquez.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Hot topic. The Rabbit Guy versus The Miz.
Bad Bunny, get that money.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be that tag match, like right when you guys were... That's right when I jumped in. But, whatever. Who cares? I don't give a shit.
See?
Yeah. Well, and Bad Bunny, get that money is going over.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Me too. I'm cool with it. But again, it's just whatever. Like Moses so eloquently put it there. It's like Dwayne from Full House. Whatever. That's how we feel about it.
And like we said, the problem isn't specifically with celebrity involvement. I love Stephen Amell's match. But people know who the fuck Stephen Amell is.
Well, which one? The All-In one or the one at SummerSlam?
Oh, both. Yeah, both. I would class the SummerSlam one as a celebrity match. When it came to All In, he'd done a bit more wrestling before that.
He only had one move. He only had one move in the SummerSlam when he did a dive off the top rope. That was it.
Yeah, when you're Arrow, you only need one move.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, it's like when Snooki, and I know Snooki is
Oh,
a very
no.
She had one move, and she did it fine. She did the handstand, the cheerleading, and that was it. That was it for Snooki.
One of the key points is he is the rabbit guy. He's bringing in lots of merch sales. Is he really? Are people really buying his T-shirt more than any other, or are they just saying this? Because how are we supposed to know?
Could be.
I was gonna say we don't know.
We don't know though, but could be.
Like, again, more than half of the wrestling audience I see still don't know who he is. So are people really buying his T-shirt more than Drew McIntyre or Rhea Ripley or Asuka or Bobby Lashley?
Well, what about his line? I'll see you at WrestleMania, bitch.
No,
I almost said Promo Mania there. I'll see you at WrestleMania.
I was like, see, it's more better.
It is small. Ours will be better.
That's another plus I'll give him. He's not a bad talker either. He can speak English too.
Yes, he can.
Which, we mentioned Andrade being released, and one of the big reasons apparently was the language barrier. And yet, Mike, you're going to love this, and yet, the great Khali is going into the Hall of Fame.
I hate that so fucking much. Okay, here I go. So, Great Khali comes in 2006, right after The Longest Yard, attacks the frickin' Undertaker, gets pushed to the moon, beats the Undertaker at Judgment Day 2006 with a kick to the face, the whole nine. Then we got the Punjabi prison match. The son of a bitch has got liver enzyme problems. And then here comes the Big Slow to freaking get in the Punjabi prison match. And then we see him just up the wazoo with the Undertaker, last man standing. And you know it's bad when they have a last man standing match on SmackDown because your ass sucks so bad we're not even going to put this match on the pay-per-view. So then we move forward to 2007. He's facing Kane at WrestleMania 23, who's also going in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Yeah, much deserved that one.
Much deserved, absolutely. And then he friggin' wrestles John Cena for the title, and John Cena gets a great match out of the Great Khali. He has that feud. And then he's wrestling Batista, which I had the displeasure of being in attendance for because that was the drizzling shits. Then he loses the World Heavyweight title, and then he's friggin' just going against the Big Show, and he's just going against Triple H for the WWE title. Then he's faced the Khali Kiss Cam. I don't think that's a Hall of Fame worthy career, but who the fuck am I? But yeah, it also gives eyes on India, so come back to India.
Yeah, the graphic I saw kind of justifying why he's in the Hall of Fame was first Indian to be world champion in WWE, destroyed The Undertaker, was literally a career achievement, and then defeated Undertaker. So 2 of his career highlights involved The Undertaker.
Yeah.
You also said John Cena had a great match with him. It was okay.
Well, he got a good match with him. I will take that because he was the shits, man. He had a friggin' match with him on Saturday night's main event, which Khali got the win with the tree slam, that double choke slam deal. And then friggin' he has a good match with him on pay-per-view, and I was shocked. Shocked, if you will, Dazzy Dangerously, because John Cena got a little something out of him.
I'll be honest, I was impressed by Khali when he first debuted, but I think that was down to how friggin' huge the guy was.
Well, he had Daivari, too. Daivari was his talker.
Well, yeah, and he was like the only person I ever saw who dwarfed The Undertaker.
Yes.
Yep.
By the way, can we get Ranjan Singh to induct him? The Great Khali says.
I mean, it makes sense. He is actually his dad, right?
Well, I forgot what he was in the storyline, but no. I mean, well, he is also a former WWE creative team. No, he's not his dad.
Yeah, Great Khali's real name is Dalip Singh.
Okay, Ranjan Singh's not his real name, though.
Oh, isn't that?
No.
I always heard he was his real dad.
No.
Because I always found it crazy that he was his real dad, but he was like half his size.
No, it was a guy on the
That's
creative.
awesome.
Well, what are they doing now with Batista? So they're taking Batista out of the Hall of Fame, and we're going to get... Now, the rumor is that they're going to put Rob Van Dam in the Hall of Fame, which I'm happy with, but I'm also sad because then I got to see...
Van Dam.
Van Dam, but then I got to see the twerk machine on my TV.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I'm down actually for that. Hell yeah, they were fucking twerk all over the Hall of Fame.
Oh man, all the old legends are gonna be sat front row, and she's just gonna be twerking in a bikini
Exactly.
with freaking
Exactly.
graffiti
All these
gun.
cats are gonna go home and pop a Viking. A fucking Viagra.
I'm actually more intrigued whether Sabu is gonna be sober enough to induct him. That's
Or
gonna-
Bill Alfonso.
That's gonna
Bill-
be a disaster. Bill Alfonso should do it. Yeah, just don't bring the fucking whistle.
No.
I hate
Gotta
that
bring
whistle.
What do you mean?
That was annoying as shit.
Oh, you know who they could have induct Rob Van Dam? One of his longtime rivals and one of my favorite feuds with Rob Van Dam. How about Jeff Hardy?
You know who should really do it? Matt Riddle.
Oh, that would be great.
bro.
Bro, RVD 420, bro. Yep. I
Those
love
two are gonna be in the same building for the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Somebody
See,
better
if-
open some
if
windows.
You see smoke, it's not a fire. It's some fire, but it's not a fire.
And,
I mean,
and Randy will be joining him.
Oh, yes.
Attaboy.
I will say this, though. The 2021 lineup, minus the great Khali, is looking good. We got Molly, we got Bischoff, and we got Kane.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really have any problems. Kali, yeah, you can question, but everybody knows who he is. Everybody remembers him. There is some significance to him going in.
Bet you people know him more from the longest yard than they do from his
Oh, that was
wrestling
his greatest
career.
performance.
Yes,
It was. It was awesome.
I
I'm
play.
Apologize for breaking his nose. I'm sorry.
I love the fact that they had to put captions on every one of his lines.
Yes.
It's so great.
Raw! I'm going to take a piss.
Oh, I'm sorry, but him and Bob
Scared
Sapp.
him off, you big dummy.
Just the chemistry with Bob Sapp. He broke into my nose. It looks like a young Michael Jackson. I love little Michael.
God.
Great movie.
Yes.
Great movie.
Uh,
All right, so we'll probably get more Hall of Fame inductees very soon. Apparently, they all being announced on the bump these days.
oh my God.
What the fuck is the bump?
It's their show on the network.
It's a morning show.
It's like
Look at here. I'm not gonna wake up and watch fucking WWE bullshit news in the morning, okay? Like,
it's like their version of Good Morning America.
or like Sports Center, or
Yes.
Sports Nation, or whatever. Like, okay, look at here. Well, real sports matter. Okay, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm gonna get all my wrestling news from Facebook anyway.
So the only good thing about the bump is we did get Gregory Helms, Shane Helms, and Undertaker pretty much crying with the whole
Yeah.
thing and how emotional those got.
This is what gets me with announcing the inductees on the bump. So, Hurricane surprised Molly Holly, Undertaker surprised Kane. If this is how they're going to keep announcing inductees, it's going to get to the point where a legend goes on the bump and they know they're going to get inducted.
Yeah, and I mean, and Bischoff was all surprised. They're all surprised, but then if you keep doing it, it's like you're ruining the surprise.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit.
I'm guessing the bump's ratings are down.
Well, who do we get for the celebrity wing this year?
Nobody. Fuck the celebrity wing.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. You said the ratings are down, and I have to do this because I've left like 3 wrestling groups in like the past like 2 days. Okay.
What the hell happened? Why you?
Okay, hold on. So I'm getting there.
All right, bro.
So every single one of these fucking groups, the name has the words pro wrestling in it.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Pro wrestling discussion, pro wrestling whatever, and I forget the other one. So every single one of them, every time I go in there to like just say what's going on, they're just bashing AEW or New Japan or Impact, and I'm just like, have you motherfuckers even watched it? And one dude, well, with the ratings looking like shit, why would I watch it? I'm like, okay, because it's 1998, and they're getting 9 million views, a week, right? No, it's fucking 2021. They're barely scraping 2 million, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop fucking thinking you're high and mighty because you're WWE. Your fucking dude has been in business forever. He's fucking shaking more hands than fucking he's shaking his dick. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is you're talking, you keep downplaying a company that's been alive for 2 years. For 2 on the backs of professional wrestlers and Tony Khan. That a guy that knows jack shit about pro wrestling other than being a fucking tape trader, a gigantic fan, a mark even, if you want to go that far. And I'm sure he would even accept that.
Yeah.
But they just continue to bash it, and it's like, dude, this isn't the heyday anymore. WWE is not the it thing anymore. Look at the ratings for real. Like, do you just want to bash and bash and bash because it's not WWE? It's not ran by Vince. It doesn't have Triple H on the front of it. It's not. When you realize what pro wrestling is, WWE is the furthest fucking thing from it. So in like every single one of those groups, I was like, look, dude, you got this is just change your names to We Are WWE marks. Because nobody's talking pro wrestling. It's not pro wrestling. You're a fucking WWE dork.
WWE will even admit themselves that they're not pro wrestling.
No,
Exactly.
Yep. Well, man, I'm sorry for interrupting you there, Mo, but I had to check on you, man, because you're a very angry young man these last few days, man, with your group.
Well, it's just, because, you know what I mean? Like, you know me. Like, I don't mind having a back and forth. I don't mind people having their opinion and being strong about it. But when you continue to ban the circle of, well, then why is everybody's end game WWE? Because I'm a professional wrestler, and I've been throwing my body around for about 15 years. I'd like to get really well paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I blame them for that? Fuck no. Fuck no. But understand that what you're watching isn't pro fucking wrestling. Never in a million years has there been something as stupid as fucking Fastlane considered pro fucking wrestling.
We covered it. I was
Oh,
talking.
thank God.
When we were talking, we
Well-
were talking about the fact that you thought I was being too nice, and I said, "Well, I fell asleep through like 3 matches."
That's not surprising at all.
Also a very nice segue, because we got one last thing to talk about from, well, 2 things really, from WWE, which is stupid.
No.
It's now official. We're getting Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania in a Shane probably jumps off something high match.
Hell in a
Dude,
Cell.
Like, come on, bro. I get it. Your daddy owns the company. I'm fucking sick of watching you on WrestleMania, bud. Like, the first couple of times, all right, let's see this old motherfucker do some crazy shit. Now you're in the way. Your match could be on the fucking pre-show, bud.
It wouldn't be so bad if the build wasn't so absolutely fucking awful.
It's dog shit. Hot dog shit.
Like, this whole rivalry is literally built on Shane calling Braun stupid.
It's the Big
That's
Show
it.
2000.
That's it. He fucking called him stupid, and I fucking hate this.
Well, hold on. He even quoted Forrest Gump. Like, for God's sake, like, could you be any more obvious?
And the stupidest thing about it, I didn't think it could get worse than Shane's stupid promos or Braun. But
Oh my god.
some asshole has now decided to add train sound effects to when Braun Strowman is running around the ring.
I heard that. Choo
What
choo.
the? It's
It's
not.
'cause
It's
it's
not
the
even.
He's a train.
It's
it's
not
the
even the
show.
fact that it's unbelievable. It's just fucking stupid.
The train. It's fucking retarded.
It's worse than when they added all these graphics, like when the Usos were cutting a promo about the Uso Penitentiary. They had jail cell doors on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that just looked like a fucking 15-year-old kid learned how to edit really well,
Yeah.
and he thought that was like the shit. And that's fine.
Check it out. We got Microsoft sound effect. Train. Put it in.
Yeah, put it in.
Put it in.
It's like DX were in the production truck again. Play the train. Play the
Yeah,
train.
right,
Play the
some-
train.
Go to
Some
camera
fucking
10.
geek was messing around on the computer and realized, oh, look at this fucking files, exactly the Windows files, and he goes to Vince, hey Vince, what if I did this every time Braun like ran around? And he had already like made a video for him, and he's like, that's fucking brilliant.
I mean, next week we're going to get steam coming out of Braun's ears as he's running around and
It
stuff.
better come out of his ass. Like, no, it better not come out of his ears. It better come out of his ass, out of the caboose.
I'd like to add on to what Moses Marquez also said, because he said, like, when Shane came back and, like, he's taking on Taker, Hell in a Cell, then he's going against AJ, and then him and Daniel Bryan are teaming against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Did he face anybody in 2019? I don't recall. Oh, no, was that The Miz? That was The Miz.
Yeah.
And then last year, I don't know. No, he wasn't on. He wasn't wrestling. But yeah, no. Then now he's going against Braun, and I'm like, fuck. Because I go back to 2019, and I hated the best in the world thing, and because it just was horrible. It was supposed to be annoying, but still, I hated that whole thing. And Jetta.
It was to give Punk the middle finger.
Yes, and also just Jetta. Goddamn Mansoor.
I think when he first came back and they booked him against Taker, it was all nostalgia.
Yes.
But now it's just like, okay, Shane's old now.
Yeah, like, can we stop having him go against Braun Strowman? We know what's going to happen. He's going to take a big fall, or he's going to jump off something, then Braun's going to kill him. Boom. That's the end of the match. What type of match we thinking? Hell in a Cell?
Last man standing. No, they did last man standing last time. It's got to be a stupid stipulation that allows Shane to jump off something high.
It's steel cage.
That works.
That way it keeps the dorks at bay.
Oh, you know what would be great? Because Shane keeps running away as a strap match.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
But it's got to be long enough. It's got to be a long ass strap for Shane to be able to jump off something high.
Have you seen these straps? They're about 7 feet long. Fuck it.
Yeah, we need at least a 30 feet one.
Oh, 30 foot, so I can hide in the back. I'll just follow this trail of leather.
Which way did he go?
That would be so fucked. Like, if you really want to ruin a guy, you would just start playing stupid sound effects like from fucking cartoon. Where did he go, George? Where did he go?
Oh, I'm ready for a sound effect of Braun just looking for Shane backstage, and then Shane just shows up going,
Fuck no.
Okay, so I'm looking at the card here. So here's what we have so far, what they've announced. So night 1 on the 10th is Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
which should main event.
Yes, Lashley and Drew McIntyre, and Bad Bunny and The Miz are on night 1. Night 2 is Roman and Edge, Asuka and Rhea Ripley, and The Fiend and Randy Orton. And it says unconfirmed. We don't know what night they're going to be. New Day against AJ Styles and Omos and Braun.
Hold on. So is this not a fucking triple threat then?
Well, they haven't announced it yet, but as of right now, it's still Roman and Edge.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're heading for.
Because right now, I'm banking on Bryan. And if you let me down, Bryan, I'll kick you in the kneecaps.
Kick you in the kneecaps.
That was also a great match at Fastlane between Bryan and Roman, which I'm pretty sure it was Roman's longest singles match. It was 30 minutes bang on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only other good thing on the show.
And then, of course, there was people who got carried away and thought Edge turned heel. No, he just snapped because he's pissed off. That doesn't mean he's a heel.
No, he's heel.
Segue for a second here, because before we get back to that heel, I'm sorry, this is in my mind. Speaking of turn,
In my head.
Riddle beats Ali. No more retribution.
Oh, finally.
Does that mean I get to see T-Bar and Mace without some stupid ass masks on?
I can see them.
The Slapnuts get to go back to being whoever the fuck he is because I've already forgot.
Shane
I don't
Thorne.
give a shit.
So Shane Thorne and Mia Yim will probably go back to NXT, and I can see T-Bar and Dijakovic and Mace.
Oh God, no! Keep him on the main. No. Shane Thorne, just leave him there because NXT is already filled with a bunch of weirdos.
God, how do you really feel?
I'm really starting to hate WWE. That's how I feel. Like it's gotten to the point where I feel like even like this Kyle and like, not to jump to NXT already, but even the Kyle and Adam thing, I'm like, I'm kind of, I like it, but I'm still kind of like meh. Like it could have been done way better. Could have made a star out of Kyle O'Reilly, but there's big strong carrying Cross, so I guess whatever.
Oh. I don't mean to jump as well, but I'm going to say since NXT is also going to have 2 nights, the first night is Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez. The MSK against Grizzled Young Veterans and Legado del Fantasma.
I am looking forward to that one.
Me too. The TBD, the Gauntlet Eliminator, to determine number 1 contender for the North American title. And Walter and Tommaso Ciampa for the UK titles.
Yes.
And night 2 is Gargano against the winner of the Gauntlet Eliminator, Jordan Devlin and Santos Escobar in a ladder match, and Kyle O'Reilly. Yep, that's good. It's going to be a good 2 nights, man.
All right, well, before we get into Wednesday, let's go to Tuesday first for Impact. But first, If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, like and share, and whatever podcast platform you may be listening to, don't forget to follow or subscribe right now and take it to the max every week. And make sure you visit our relaunched website, maxwrestling.net, for all your Max Wrestling history, stats, and facts.
Stats and facts, there's a whole lot of them with each and every championship, each and every exhibition with promos, each and every trivia challenge, predictions challenge. Go there and see what the fuck is up.
And now, we're also available on TuneIn Radio. Download the app right now on iPhone and Android. Tune in and take it to the max on the go.
Wait a minute. When the hell did you find out we're on TuneIn Radio?
When I registered with them 2 days ago.
Dude! I didn't even know you registered. Very nice.
And now, before we get into Impact, as promised, here is my favorite ever old school promo from Max Wrestling's early days. It is the great Evan Money McCabe cutting a promo on Michael Cole because he stole Evan's mum's car.
It's time for this week's podcast promo. This week it is Evan McCabe. And who are you going to be cutting on?
Let's see, shall we? This might be the worst randomizer ever. Because he's not actually a wrestler.
Who have you got?
I've got Michael Cole.
Okay, let's find out the reason. Not that you need one. Ooh, Michael Cole stole your car.
Oh my god.
All the best.
I can work with this actually.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, I'm so glad I won. I'm so glad we won.
I'm gonna cry.
Alright. You ready to start?
Yeah, do it.
Alright. Evan McCabe, pick up the mic.
Fuck it! Michael Cole! Michael Cole! Out of everyone in the whole world, Michael Cole steals a car that I bought for my dear mum? I have feuded with yes men, I have feuded with computers, retro computers, and yet Michael Cole decides to ruin my Christmas by stealing a car that I bought for my dear old mum. And just for the record, my mum, she's learning how to drive. Huh? You've literally stolen candy from an old woman. I hope you're proud of yourself, Michael Cole. You and the whole of your Cole train can suck on these nuts, because I don't want you on Sunday for a pay-per-view that this company wants to promote. I want you right here, right now, in the middle of this ring. And I will beat the 7 shades of piss out of you, because Evan McCabe is over as fuck.
I don't know how we all managed to stifle it all back then.
Oh, that's still
I'm
holds
just-
up.
I'm clapping. That was fucking great. Pipe on my ass.
And
I'm
the
fucking with fucking Evan McCabe with take his mom's car.
that was actually pretty tame for Evan.
Yes.
Oh, was it really? Oh God, I gotta hear more of that because that was fucking great.
Moses, I will send you the show that I did for Shooting the Breeze that Evan and I did. It was mostly talking about porn and wrestling, and it goes
It's
deep.
gonna be great.
Those are two of Evan's favorite things.
Yes, and then that's why we got along talking about sex positivity, and it went there. We really went into it. But you know what it is too? What's cool about that is people look at it like, oh, that's taboo. Why are you talking about that? Because it's a real life shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about some stuff in a tame way, you fuckers. Because everybody gets offended nowadays. Cancel this dick.
There you go, Tim.
Evan would love podcasting in 2021.
Oh my god.
Can't
What?
say shit.
Then I can't say fuck shit. What the fuck? Oh my god, he'd be going nuts.
All right.
Go ahead, I'm sure.
That is one of many classics from Evan Money McCabe, the leader of Team Blood Red Money. And now hold on tight as we brace for Impact.
Impact in 3, 2, 1.
So Deonna Purrazzo defeated Jazz after interference from Susan. Who throws a shoe, honestly? Ace Austin versus TJP ends in a DQ as Madman Fulton attacks the challenger, but help came from a chair-swinging Josh Alexander. Tommy Dreamer mocked the exploding barbed wire death match as Trey Miguel got heated with Triple XL. Rohit Raju defeated Falabar, pulling the tights. Kenny Omega and Don Callis cut an in-ring promo showing off the One-Winged Angel and vowing to take the Impact World Championship. Trey defeated AC Romero before a 2-on-1 attack, which was bizarrely broken up by Sami Callihan before he teleported his ass back out. And in the main event, Carl Anderson got a win over Eddie Edwards. There we go. Pretty simple, straightforward, not a bad impact. Mike?
When you were talking about the shoe and of course Austin Powers, reminds me of two things I remember watching WWE in the mid 2000s. So when Jazz wrestled Trish Stratus, and how apropos I'm talking about Jazz. Jazz and Trish Stratus wrestled at Backlash 03 for the Women's Championship. Teddy Long threw his shoe at Trish Stratus and helped Jazz win the WWE Women's Championship. And at Unforgiven 2006, Melina threw her shoe at Jeff Hardy so Johnny Nitro can retain the Intercontinental Championship.
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly, yes. So we've seen that in professional wrestling. But god dang, man, like the whole Impact I thought was very, very good. It was solid. God dang. Very solid. Shut up. It was very solid. And the fact that we saw Carl Anderson and Eddie Edwards in the main event, we got to see more with Kenny Omega. And I also will say this. Of course, Sami Callihan comes in and breaks it up and then teleports and goes away. It's almost reminiscent to the Ken Shamrock thing because remember they were like unholy partners. It's almost similar to that. Like he's going to help Trey. There's only one person that can get involved with Trey or, face Trey. It's me. It's Sami Callihan. I see you. I see you.
I think I missed why Trey Miguel's pissed off with Triple XL though.
I missed that too, man, and I didn't give two squirts of piss about it because
all of a sudden Trey Miguel is just blowing a gasket and he wants to fight AC Romero. I'm like, wait, what happened? What did I miss?
I can't take it serious. I'm like, oh, Mini Cody's having a blow up.
Oh, he's having a blow up every week.
Very good man.
I did love Tommy Dreamer taking a shot at AEW. How about we have an exploding barbed wire match? Wait, that's stupid. Yeah, of course it's stupid. It's not going to work.
So fucking dumb.
Oh, the ad.
The paid ad featuring Kenny Omega and Don Callis this week. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you're not even paying us for this. We're walking out of here. And Tony's like, I pay you every week.
It's just fucking great. They're all, like we've said, they're such good sports about it. They really are.
Yeah. And of course, it continues on from Tony kind of cutting a promo on Dark. Kenny Omega, they're slowly bringing him into the fold as an on-screen personnel.
I hate it.
I mean, I like his persona when he does these paid ads. If he can do that on Dynamite, I'd be cool with it.
Well, because I don't want to hear, next week, man, you're going to go 9 days, like a frantic friggin' preteen girl at a friggin' Ronnie Matthews concert and Hey Arnold, I saw your face and wow. Like, goddamn, son, calm it down.
I suppose it's different doing a pre-recorded ad as opposed to doing a live promo in front of a crowd.
True, but still, like, he came off like a friggin' schoolgirl, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my God.
Yeah, and like we said, Kenny Omega being positioned better in Impact than he is in AEW. Rebellion's coming up. We got Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann. But Moose commented on Twitter saying, we all know who the real god of pro wrestling is, and I'm like, shut up, you lost.
Shut up, you lost.
You're out of the picture. Go away.
Out of the picture.
I mean, he should have won. Honestly, I think the whole build for like 12 months towards Moose should have resulted in him being a real world champion, and it all seems like a waste because he lost, but okay.
Well, they did that when he should have beat Austin Aries in 2019, but we can't have nice things.
Oh, everybody should have beat Austin Aries with a stick.
I hate him.
Yeah, with a stick.
With a stick. I mean, there's only 2 matches announced for Rebellion right now, right? Rich and Kenny Omega and Finjuice and the Good Brothers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Tommy Dreamer tried to book Trey in a match at Hardcore Justice, and Trey was like, with all due respect, I don't give a shit about Hardcore Justice.
Jesus! That's right. I forgot about that.
With all due respect, we don't either, because why would you book, if you're Impact, why would you book a pay-per-view the same night as WrestleMania Night 1?
They're dumbasses?
I mean, it's not even a real pay-per-view. It's an Impact Plus special.
It was a real pay-per-view when they had EV 2.0 and all that, but then
It was. It ain't
yeah,
now.
it was. Ain't now.
Much like half of their pay-per-views.
No. Ugh. This company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me look at this. Hardcore Justice. Really quickly.
Do we have anything booked for it?
No, it just says TV. I don't see nothing. I don't see diddly squat. You know what I'm saying, man? If I see it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, well, again, they've just randomly decided to add another special without much time to book the damn thing.
Yeah. All I know is it'll be served on Impact Plus. That's all. That's all we know. Let me see.
Well, now we're gonna have some fun because it's time for our new favorite segment, and it is Shit Mark Say.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Okay, number 1 of 3 this week. By the way, if you want to see more, make sure you follow Max Wrestling on Facebook because there's a few posted on there too. But number 1 this week. Nothing new. I assume he means nothing new. Roman can defend the title by himself. The worst champion we ever have. Bring Brock back.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I assume.
What grade school this
I
geek fly
assume
out
he
of?
also meant Roman can't defend the title by himself. But next one. Oh, this one's good. Daniel Bryan made the tribal sissy tap out. Edge is a selfish little punk. Again, the tribal sissy had to have help to win and tapped out on top of it.
A tribal sissy. Oh my god.
People were very angry at the fact that Roman Reigns tapped out while there was no referee and that he basically cheated to win because he had Jey Uso again.
Mm-hmm.
I bet these people loved Roman when he was a face. Okay, number 3. Daniel Bryan had the match won. If it was not for Edge being a selfish, inconsiderate prick, Daniel Bryan could have won the match.
You prick!
It's just still real to him, damn it.
It's still real to me.
Yeah, so a lot of people were very angry with the Fastlane main event. When I say a lot of people, a lot of marks were very
I knew this
unhappy.
was. I mean, it was like we knew something was gonna happen. You're not gonna have Edge ringside for no butt fucking reason. Like he was gonna do something.
Yeah.
It's like whatever, dude. Get over it. It was a good match. It was a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
It was very good. The problem is people just got to shit on everything. And I mean, the problem is too, you got people like that who just, illiterate sons of bitches that don't understand shiznit. And like before Moses Marquez, you came on the call, we were talking about these sons of bitches that don't understand that we're crapping on Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton and then the way the Fiend looked. I'm like, what the fuck did you expect?
Dude, first off, that fucking is like the worst looking mask I've probably ever fucking seen in my life. It reminded me of what the fuck, it was like Chucky, because like Chucky got melted in that one thing.
Yeah.
But are you ready for this? Look at the face of the Fiend, right?
Yeah.
And then I want you to perfectly in picture right next to it, the leprechaun.
Okay, all right, I can see that.
Looks just like the fucking leprechaun, dude. When I saw that, I fucking was like, there he is. He got huge. and then to make matters worse, Randy Orton is the luckiest man on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was then mounted
Yes,
by
he
Alexa
was.
Bliss.
Mm.
Somebody who's supposed to be apparently playing like a 11 or a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
weird.
He also said, because obviously his wife wasn't happy on Twitter, Soldier Boy should tell her it's fake.
There you go.
Okay, I'm actually going to put an image for you guys here because Moses Marquez, as you so eloquently said it, she is portraying like an 11 or 12-year-old acting very innocent and childlike, right? So here's where the influence comes from, and I'm so glad she mentioned this in her interview that she did. So the inspiration for her little thing and what she's wearing and the overall attire is of a show that I used to watch as a child, played by a Canadian actress, Lunette the Clown in The Big Comfy Couch.
Ah,
Have you guys ever heard of The Big Comfy Couch?
I used to watch that show.
Did you say Luna the Clown?
Lunette.
Oh, Lunette.
Okay, I'm sending an image. Here's her with her doll Molly on the big comfy couch. Take a look, guys, in the group chat.
gotta reach the phone.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah. That's where a lot of
Yep,
the.
that's exactly what I knew. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
was
used to
thinking
have,
it was more of like a twisted Harley Quinn, but I could dig that.
Yeah.
I mean, that show when I was a kid, we had the where they taught us about time and the big clock and everything. We had the
Yeah.
dust bunnies under the couch. Yep.
I remember all this.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Goddamn old.
we have somebody's attention. It's been 126 days since the Demoness went into isolation. 2 months ago, the Kingpin made his return to call her out for Promo Mania. We've seen the human in which the Demoness lies, and we've seen the mind games played with the Kingpin. But now, she has been unleashed, and she's ready for Promo Mania.
Hello, mortals. Where is she? Tell me. I'm going to kill you when I find you. Kingpin. It's been a while, my sweet. You want to save us? You can't save a demon, especially one like us. Hello, mortals. It has been a while. The Kingpin woke us up, and now you want to save us. She's gone, Kingpin. Well and truly gone. There is nothing you can do to save her. And you want to know why? I have destroyed her already. I'm going to destroy you, Kingpin. I am not afraid of you killing me. I made you bleed without even touching you. I have your blood on my hands. You made a mistake, Kingpin, thinking you could save her. No one saves a Nicola. She's gone. Very gone. Mortals, take this as a warning. Embrace the madness. Embrace the darkness. Every one of you will die. The black hearts will rise. The black hearts are back. You're all doomed.
Well, there's no going back now. The longest reigning former promo champion, the Demoness, is awake and coming straight for the Kingpin at Promo Mania 6. I think this has been the most intense build-up we've ever seen on Max Wrestling.
Absolutely.
But we're almost at the finish line. Promo Mania 6 is now 2 weeks away. The biggest Max Wrestling show of the year. It comes your way April 8th on Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms, including TuneIn Radio. The pre-launch show will kick things off on April 6th as Chris Durham, Cypher, Moses, and Travis Anderson compete for the 2021 Iron Bank contract, guaranteeing the winner a shot at either the Knowledge or Promo Champion anytime they choose until Promo Mania 7. Speaking of Travis, he then turns into Travis the Walker Anderson as he goes one-on-one with the essential Robert Davis for the first time ever in a promo exhibition. The main show arrives on April 8th as we present the 6th annual Promomania with more action than you can shake a stick at. It was a bumpy road, but Moses and Moni Lynn will square off in a promo exhibition once the bout is over. They will both be awarded with championship matches at Trivia Takeover on June 24th. The Phoenix is walking in with 2 belts, but can he walk out with both as he defends the Knowledge Championship against Daniel Crimmins in DC's first ever trivia battle? And the winner will later have to defend against Mike as he cashes in the 2020 Iron Bank contract.
Looking to become the third time Knowledge Champion.
Yes, you're already the longest reigning single and combined.
True, but I also look at it from a stance too. It would be nice to have the 3 times. I could be. Yeah. What was Shayna when she was that? Was she like Shayna 3 times, or she wanted to be Shayna 3 times when she was going for the belt, the NXT belt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix is also only a couple of days away from tying Kinney for 2nd most combined days as Knowledge Champion.
And hey, man, there's only one title I haven't won yet, so man, I may be down the line for the world title.
We shall see. The Phoenix is also defending his promo championship in the unique cinematic showdown against the world champion, The Shape. It is winner take all, and I can guarantee it'll be unlike anything you've ever seen on Max Wrestling before. I don't know how I can promote this anymore. Everything has high stakes. It all goes down on April 6th and April 8th.
Moses and Moni Lynn, man.
I talked about it.
He did that.
I talked about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Said it was bumpy road, and then we gonna get, we get title matches.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
And then he gonna call his lawyer.
I'm a goddamn lawyer.
My apologies. I thought you forgot Moses.
Minus Mike.
That way I can ensure my new title.
Well, minus Mike. So everybody except Mrs. Riley. Do we have everybody's attention now?
Hey, shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Before we get to Promomania, there's time for one more exhibition. Daniel Crimmins made the challenge, and your world champion, the captain, graciously obliged. Is the captain's world too big for the DC universe? Time to find out.
Years. 6 years. It's crazy to think how much can change in 6 years. We've changed time and time and time again on Max Wrestling. But I don't think there's any question that our biggest change was last year. And Dan, there's a reason that I'm very happy you called me out to a promo exhibition, and it has to do with last year, but I'll get to that in a minute. Because, like I said, we went through our biggest change last year. A change which, if you look at our 5th anniversary, you wouldn't even recognize this show. And you see, while we moved on and decided to mature, the other guy just can't keep us out of his mouth. The other guy just insists on talking shit about us on whatever the hell his podcast is called this week. But you see, we changed. We evolved. We decided that some things are best left in the past. And honestly, the best way to leave things in the past is to simply shed who you used to be. Because when you shed your skin, you can truly move on. Okay, maybe that that was a little dramatic. I just really needed a haircut. But the point still stands that we have all changed. Ever since June of last year, we've all changed. And I said I was glad that you challenged me to an exhibition, Dan, because when shit hit the fan last year and I almost walked out the door, I wasn't surprised that Mike and Travis and Moses stepped up, but you stepped up. You showed me respect and loyalty, and you have done so ever since. That was the day I knew that Daniel Crimmins was a team player. And look at you. Look at what you have done since then. You've reignited your passion for promos. Hell, you're about to face the Phoenix for the Knowledge Championship. And all because you changed. And each time we have these anniversary shows, I look at how much we've changed. I look at Daniel Crimmins in 2021, and I look at Daniel Crimmins in 2018, and I see a different person. Now, you've heard it all before. Everybody you face will always comment on the fact that your only victory is against Moni Lynn. Obviously, we know this, but honestly, I couldn't give two shits about win-loss records. It took Moses 4 attempts to become promo champion. It took Phoenix over 2 years with 2 wins under his belt. Travis is a former promo champion. Last year he couldn't even get a win to save his life. I know passion when I see it. And you, Daniel Crimmins, have it. So as I remember the day you endorsed me, I want you to remember this as the day that I endorsed you. And I should know, because the world is mine.
Dazzy. The time has come for you and I to have our bout and settle a few things. Or maybe it's the shape or the jester or whoever it is that you have decided to unleash. You know, they say that the eyes are a gateway into the soul, and that by looking into someone's eyes, you can see who they truly are. It's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Now that raises the question. Now, what do I see? Me? What do I see when I look into your eyes? Good question. And I'm glad you asked that. Now, when I look into your eyes, I see someone who seeks validation. I seek someone who is so desperate for approval that they aren't even aware of the people that they let in to their inner circle. It's my experience in life that most people are self-serving snakes. Now, what do you do when a snake comes slithering into your home? Do you invite it in? Let it slither amongst your family? Or do you take it out and get rid of it? You definitely do not allow that snake to remain in your household. You see, the reason that is because eventually a snake is going to bite. It's going to strike. Can't help it. It's in its nature. Unfortunately, these lessons must be learned the hard way. And they say that if you do not learn from history's mistakes, that you are doomed to repeat those mistakes over and over and over again. Now let's go into your history. What happened with the last snake that you invited into your domain, into your household? Did you get rid of it and cast it aside? No. No, you did not. No matter how many times that snake bit you, you continued to let it in and to remain. It took multiple times before that lesson got learned. Now, one would think that you would have learned that. You would have learned your mistake and been a little bit more careful. But no. No, you didn't. You invited snakes into your house. What would make you think such an idea is wise? Thinking maybe they're different. Maybe they won't do the same thing that the last one did. Now I want you to take a look at something. I want you to understand. You see, when a snake bites somebody, a venomous snake, what does it do? It injects the person or animal with its venom. That venom slowly corrupting the nervous system and all other organ systems of the body, till eventually there is nothing left. You see, you need to realize, whether you do or not, that you have been corrupted. You have made decisions within the past year that this time last year I wouldn't have expected you to make. And where did it start? That's subjective. Maybe it started with the last snake that you finally expelled out. Or quite possibly that decision had to do a promo series. One of the most controversial decisions that you could have made. Did you make the right one? I'm sure there are people that would say you did. But that's subjective once again. You see, what you did was you handed it to somebody who maybe shouldn't have been the one. Were there other things you could have done with it? Absolutely. But again, all subjective. Was I surprised that that was a decision? No. I knew going in that there was going to be some nonsense going on. And still, I wasn't surprised. you need to realize that you have been corrupted by a self-righteous, self-serving snake and his little stooge. And I will no longer have a part of it. I don't want it. I don't need it. You see, I've gone back and forth over what to do. Do I remain? Do I continue doing this and trying to have fun? No, I don't. It all started when I got booked for something that I did not volunteer for. When I came out of retirement after my personal issues, I had a clear goal in mind. I had a vision, a roadmap, if you will, that I wanted to achieve. And I have accomplished everything that I have set out to do. There's nothing left. I've never been one to take this too seriously. It's always been fun. It's always been something to do to pass time. There will be no further promos from me. Not even the ones I get volunteered for. I've had my fun. I've done my thing. I had a lot of fun. And you were always going to be the last one. So in closing, how does one close a final promo? I simply cannot decide. They say that if you don't know the words to end a story, why not use a quote? Why not use somebody else's words and make it sound good? So, in closing, I have these short, simple words that I think say it all. Goodbye and good night.
The thing with these promos is we usually don't get to see what the other person says until the show goes live. So imagine my surprise last week after I sit on that very couch over there and sing your praises, talk about how loyal you've become and your passion for the promo order. Imagine my surprise when you come out and accuse me of being corrupted and have the audacity to compare my brothers to that selfish piece of shit we kicked to the curb last year. And I actually thought you called me out to a promo exhibition out of respect. Turns out you just wanted to shoot and then ride off into the sunset. And it all goes back to promo series. Really? We're still hung up on the fact that Moses became the promo champion 4 months ago? Look, I get it. Everybody loves the Demoness. I do too, and she knows it. She's the longest reigning promo champion and has 5 defenses to her name. Both of those records will probably never be broken. What more do you want? Bottom line is, I didn't hand Moses a damn thing. Ooh, looky here. They were tied on Facebook votes. And Moses won the Twitter vote. And she was taking time off. If she wasn't going anywhere, they probably would have done it one more time, but I'm sure everybody would have had a problem with that because Moses had plenty of title shots last year. Title shots which he earned, by the way, through tournaments, by the way, 2 of which you were a judge for, by the way. Nobody had a problem when I stripped Phoenix of the knowledge title on the same damn show because he didn't make it. You know what he did? He showed up 2 days later and tried to win it back. If the Demoness didn't have a problem with Moses taking the title, why does everybody else? And as for Travis, he was absolutely right. There was bias against him all year long last year. So it seems to me there's unfinished business. And you say that was your last promo? But you opened the gateway. So here's what I'm proposing. Reconsider. Have one last match at Trivia Takeover. Moses already has a promo title shot, and I'm sure that's going to piss one or two people off. So how about you finally go one-on-one with Travis? No tag match, no stipulations, mano a mano. So you can finally settle your differences. Now, here's how it's really done. Goodbye, mwah, and good night.
This is the pretty badass Kelly Klein telling you to turn it to 11 and take it to the max.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Welcome to the Madhouse.
And now for the Wednesday Night War Zone, we kicked off AEW with Kenny by God Omega defeating Matt Sydal. I actually kind of love that.
First off, we're talking about this. I have to bring up the whole, like, because I remember Travis would ask every week, like, why do they keep yelling North Carolina? Well, this week it was fucking glorious because he was talking about how fucking Kenny won the junior heavyweight title, not in North Carolina, and I fucking died.
Okay.
It was just like the greatest part of the intro ever. I mean, it was subtle as shit to everybody else, probably went right over their heads. I heard it, I died. And great fucking match, by the way.
Yeah. Pretty good time for him too. Nice showing from Matt Sydal. No slip-ups this time.
No, he looked great. Like, I mean, this is one of those matches where Matt Sydal finally looked really, really good. Looked like he's finally come into his own in AEW. And then, of course, when you go against Kenny, he's going to bring the best out in you. I heard a lot of people mad that Matt Sydal didn't win. Oh, you don't, why can't a world champion lose? And like, dude, have you never booked a world champion? You don't know shit. Like, this is what it is, bro. I give this motherfucker everything. But because he's also the heel world champion, fuck you, I'm going to win.
Yeah. I also love the fact that they had Don Callis on commentary. And every time you referred to Matt Sydal as a young guy, they just kept pointing, he's actually older than Kenny Omega, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm the third eye man. I mean, the brown eye guy. I mean, the what? Anyway. The thinks with his brown eye. I mean, his third eye.
His whispering eye.
There you go. The whisper eye.
It's vagina. It means vagina.
So this young kid's got a bright future ahead of him. He's 38.
I hate it when they do
Fucking
that. I hate when they do that, but it's funny.
Well, give him that. Sydal does not look 38.
No.
He does not.
And considering the fact that we did see him in WWE like 10 years ago.
And
Yep,
he's only a year older than Kenny Omega. Omega's 37.
Wow.
Well,
But
Don
still.
Callis is an asshole, so.
Oh, boy. And then, nice showing for Hangman Adam Page, too. Got a win over Caesar Bononi.
Caesar
Kill
Bononi.
that fucker. Why did Caesar just not even attempt to bump? He was just like, I'm going to eat your lariat and die.
Because that's how Caesar rolls.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar with him. Like, how green is he? How experienced is he?
Well, when he was in NXT, he was greener than shit.
Yes, he was.
And now that he's in AEW, he's green as shit. He's not greener than shit. He's just as green as shit.
I get you.
It might get me, So I mean, he's whatever. He'll get there. Look at fucking look at Kanji.
Yes.
But she's a fast learner.
Well, okay. So I like his comparison there. So when he was talking about Tainara Conti from Mae Young Classic, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like she's, like you said, she's a fast learner. She's gonna get it. She'll be very, very good. The thing with Caesar Bononi is he was the shiznit. But no, he was the shits in NXT, and he comes to AEW, still the shits, and you put him with fucking Peter Avalon.
That's right. I was wondering. I was like, why do you look like a giant Peter Avalon?
Because they put him with Peter Avalon.
That's right. I forgot.
The fucking, I hate him. You know what it is too? He goes from being the drizzling shits and enhancement talent in NXT to being fucking Peter Avalon's muscle. Fuck that.
Whatever.
Oh boy.
Let the kid get a try.
Here's the thing. When it comes to Peter Avalon, I always say this thing like we said, it's still real to me, damn it. You're still Nora Furnham to me, damn it.
Look, dude, Peter Avalon is a staple of goddamn California indie wrestling, okay?
Okay, I understand that, but still,
you over here, you want to defend your New Jersey, you guys?
First of all, I would never defend the human cesspool that is New Jersey. I only defend New York, goddamn.
Okay, fine, New York. You fucking, hey, you're getting your grinder on my grinder, okay?
Yes.
Say it like Don Callis, Mike. New by God York.
New by God York. Kenny by God Omega. Oh my God. Reminds me of Jamie by God Noble. You know who used to say that? Fucking Josh Matthews with his Backstreet Boys haircut with Ernest the Cat Miller on Velocity. Jamie by God Noble. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, Josh.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. Oh. I still remember when friggin' Josh Matthews was getting felt up by Sable on that SmackDown in 2003, and then she's feeling up on Zach Gowen. Out of my way. How apropos that song by See If There Was his theme song is out of his way. His hormones were raging.
Okay. Let's move on. Shivani interviewed Britt Baker. She tried to before she very quickly took the mic. She didn't receive a very warm welcome from the crowd for the hell she went through last week. Shame on you, crowd.
Right.
For shame. Somehow, I don't know how much further they can go. She doesn't seem to be finished with Thunder Rosa.
Oh, they can go.
What more can they do to each other? They ripped each other to shreds last week.
And I will say this. Okay, this is the one time I agree with Cornette. And here's where, before everybody chastises me.
Whoa! I almost choked on my water.
Well, let me just say it. So when Britt Baker, and I love the backstage thing after the show, everybody was giving them the praise that they deserved, and they were both feeling it after that match, and they were very proud of what they accomplished. But when Britt Baker's like, "It's the reason why I do this. I was hoping Meltzer gives me 5 stars," and I'm like, all right, you kind of ruined it for me a little bit there, Like, really? Like, what you're worrying about is if Meltzer gives you a 5-star rating. Are you fucking serious? That's the only thing that kind of put down play on it.
Everybody knows the highest you're going to get is 4.7 unless you're in the Tokyo Dome.
I hate it. And I know that's
not true.
And I know that's your boy, Moses Marquez, but I got to say, that stuff just...
but Dave he's an idiot about stuff sometimes. Okay, well, yeah, no, I'll go with that. He's an idiot about some stuff sometimes.
Oh, speaking of idiots, I forgot to say Ryan Satin.
Oh, God.
Who's so far up Bad Bunny's ass he can taste Easter eggs. Tweeted out, he went to get his beard trimmed, and he mentioned that he reports on WWE, and his barber said, "Isn't Bad Bunny in WWE now? He made me want to watch again." So... that's bullshit, because first of all, he had to ask if Bad Bunny was in WWE, and then he said he made him want to watch it again.
I was going to just say the same fucking...
Oh, God,
just
Ryan.
Stop, Ryan. Go back to TMZ.
I hate Ryan Satin. I hate him. Andre Corbeil hates Ryan Satin, and when he listens to this, he'll laugh when he hears that. But yeah, everybody, Ryan Satin's one of those guys who, worked for TMZ, then comes to WWE because he's an ass kisser and freaking gets the position that he's in with backstage or what have you. And I've always said this every time that WWE would have those conference calls I would listen to that would be on a lot of the sites. Every time I would hear Ryan Satin's name be on there because the operator would go, "Our next call is from Ryan Satin from Pro Wrestling." And I'm like, no, I had to mute the mic. "Our next call is from Dave Meltzer from Wrestling Observer." And I'm like, no, I had to mute the mic twice, man. Mute it twice. And then we have friggin' the Impact who will just let any by God person on the damn call from friggin' Marks R Us. And it's just like, holy shit. Like, listening to those conference calls are like night and day. And of course, you get the Indian guy asking about when they come back to India. But it's like,
when they come back to India, was Mansoor going to go over? Can Mansoor become India World Champion?
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just like, oh my God. It is what it is. You thought it was fucking Mansoor going to Jeddah, for God's sake. Hell yeah.
Our next call is from CM Punk. Turn it to 11.
Yeah. But that's the difference, because they don't screen them with the Impact one. They just let any old son of a bitch come on the call. And then all of a sudden, you get the operator and Adam Hopkins, who's in publicity, taking the calls. And Adam will be like, we have 5 minutes remaining, and then we'll be done. And then friggin' the operator, she's like, our next call is from such and such, from such and such. And it was like so pleasant in her voice. But yeah, every time I would hear, and our next call is from Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet. Fuck the fuck off.
The ultimate yes man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, backstage, Christian Cage announced his in-ring debut next week and picked Kazarian as his opponent.
Ooh. I'm sorry for doing that, but when he was
our next call is from Mike Larkin.
Right. Pick me.
Okay, so when they wrestled in that ladder match from Genesis from TNA, that was one of the best matches in Christian's early days in TNA. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah. Kazarian had an issue with Christian's t-shirt, which says outwork everyone. Well, when does the work begin? Well, it begins next week.
Right.
There you go.
Okay, how are we feeling still on the Pinnacle name?
I'm okay.
I don't like it.
You still don't like it? Okay.
Well, it's a fucking mountain. It's a goddamn mountain logo.
It's Paramount.
It's so bad.
Paramount Pictures.
So plain. Yes, it is Paramount.
They did get a win though over the Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin. Before MJF basically called out Chris Jericho. We still haven't seen anything from the Inner Circle since they got the molly-whopping.
Well,
according to Tony Schiavone, they're hurt.
Thanks for the evaluation, Tony.
I was like, yeah, we know. They beat their ass.
First and foremost,
well, they got a boo-boo.
when they first beat, and I saw they were taking on the Varsity Blondes, right? I'm like, did the Varsity Blondes ever win?
No.
Maybe on Dark.
I mean, further evaluation from Schiavone. So how bad are the injuries? Is it like a scrape or a bruise? It's a sting!
I love it.
Again, like I said, it goes back to backstage assault with me. I've never seen a move like that. What's he going to do with that? Like, God damn it, Tony.
They're bound to get the babyface pop when Inner Circle come back, and hopefully the rumors are true and it leads to us finally seeing the blood and guts. Not that we didn't see enough blood and guts last week.
Right.
But I digress. Yeah, they liked their 6-man tags this week. There was 2 back-to-back. The next one was Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus the Lucha Brothers and Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid's AEW debut?
No, he did
No, his Dynamite debut.
Dynamite debut.
That's it. Yeah. Not everybody watches Dark, alright?
I don't think he was on Dark.
No, he only did like a pay-per-view, the All-Ins, remember?
The Battle Royal.
He did all,
yeah.
It was, I think it was technically before it was AEW.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we don't really count Battle Royals. Anybody can come to a Battle Royal.
I was about to say, Jinx, you owe me a soda, Moses Marquez. We said that at the same time, you son of a bitch.
Attaboy.
So, no.
You're some knowledgeable motherfuckers.
Hell yeah. Love you. So when it comes to Brandon fucking Cutler, okay. Like,
Brandon Cutler.
Brandon by God Cutler. I've seen him on the indies, like, meh. And then now he's with the Young Bucks because, they're best friends, and that's how they roll. So I'm just like, whatever. Brandon Cutler doesn't do anything for me.
It was kind of funny when Kenny Omega came out and offered the Bucks one more chance. And then when they walked away, Brandon Cutler just suddenly appeared and just tucked his tail between his legs, too.
Oh, he crawls out.
I'm going to follow these guys.
So yelling at Kenny like, you're a dickhead or whatever. And he's just like, yeah, whatever, go carry their camera. Go carry their bags.
You're a dickhead.
Just great.
You ruined Wednesday for us.
You're welcome. You ruined Wednesday.
I was laughing that hard. The hydraulics on my chair just went down, and I dipped.
You dipped. You dipped. Ezzy with the dip.
So now I'm looking up at the mic.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, now, of course, Cody and Brandy are getting a reality series. The Smarks are going to love this.
First off, my wife was like, "Did you hear that Brady?" Like she knew before I did. Don't watch the show.
Why?
You want to know why? Because
Why?
they're supposed to be the new Miz and Mrs.
Yeah.
Oh, be quiet. All right, here's the thing. Be quiet with that. Because when you watch The Miz and Mrs., Mike the Miz Mizan is a likable son of a bitch for putting up with what Maurice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. For pulling up with fucking Maurice and Marjo. But again, like Cody and Brandy, well, whatever. Like, what the fuck ever. Were we just going to have things
It
with
better be just Cody acting a fucking fool.
Yeah, I don't care. What's the name of the reality show again?
Roads to.
Oh, yeah, it's like leading
something.
the roads or something like that. Open roads.
Open
Roads would have been better.
Yeah, what the hell? It's like roads into something. Hold on, I'm going to look this up because this is going to.
I was too busy writing down in my notes.
On the roads again?
Of course.
Okay, here it is. So, skibidi boo boo. Roads to the Top.
That's it.
That sounds really stupid.
Okay. Well, you also got to understand, too, now with this professional wrestling nowadays, and we've discussed this, but I'd like to reiterate this point. When it comes to, like, Roads to the Top and Miz and Mrs. and Total Divas and Total Bellas, this is how a lot of guys and gals, like, get into wrestling. More girls because reality television, because they don't watch wrestling as a pure, like we did. Some of them just watch reality television, bada bing, bada boom. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just saying it does happen. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people watch wrestling, and then they know that they're on this reality show, and hey, let me go watch wrestling. Hey, over here. Hey, over there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
who's on first? What's on second, third base?
That's not how it worked for the Bellas, because it's just, oh, look, the Bellas are on TV doing a reality thing.
I know you can't wait for this.
Sure.
I know you
That's
can't wait.
hilarious.
It's the new Kardashians. Oh, yeah, just as talented.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, when they first came in too, like they tried out for the Diva Search. They didn't make it, and then they worked their butts off in developmental, and then they came in 2008, and then they still sucked. Like years and years and years later, then Nikki got better, Brie, whatever, and then yeah.
Brie borrowed some moves off her husband, and still didn't improve.
And she almost killed Liv Morgan and friggin' botched a suicide.
Oh man, that was awful. Damn near kicking Liv Morgan's head off.
Yeah, that was fucking bad.
Like I said, man, like just I understand why the Bellas are going in, but I don't like it. And again, Paige and Emma.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tay Conti got a win over Nyla Rose.
Good job, buddy.
Nice. And then, oh man. So after the match, Nyla attacks Tay. Shida attacks Nyla. Bunny attacks Shida. And Big Money Matt looks on as Nyla and Bunny assault both women. I was just so confused by the segment. Like, okay, so we've got... Okay, Anna Jay's injured, but Tay Conti was kind of like hanging around with her and Dark Order, and now we've got Matt Hardy, Andy and the Blade. What the hell do they have to do with anything?
I don't want to see it. Matt Hardy, fuck it. Like, I'm like with Moses on this. I'm just like, no, I can't.
The only connection, obviously, was the Bunny.
The Bunny.
But what's her issue with Tay Conti? So, what?
It's like when like they split them up and Allie was like into QT Marshall and that whole crap, and they were hanging around each other. Yes, they were hanging around each other. Brandy and Allie were like a tag team. Then all of a sudden, like a week or two later, she's back with Butcher and Blade because reasons.
Yeah, I mean, the only logic is that Matt is trying to get Bunny in the women's title picture because it worked out so well for Private Party with the tag team titles.
There's too many goddamn bunnies. We have Bad Bunny on Monday Night Raw, and we got the Bunny on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but at least she's good looking.
That is true.
Yeah. And wrestling fans know who she is.
Exactly.
There you go.
Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb.
Cherry Bomb.
Yep.
Main events of Dynamite had Johnny Hungy in the main event, challenging Darby Allin for the TNT title.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah, as Dark Order got involved, Sting pretty much played Enforcer, just pacing on the ramp.
I'm the old man he was like Clint Eastwood out there. I'm the old man.
It reminded me of like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino putting out the gun. Yep.
You young boys stay in your lane.
It was great.
You ever met someone and you never wanted to fuck with?
But fucking hell, dude, Darby Allin took every goddamn move Johnny ever fucking did in his entire life.
Yes, he did, and it was really, really good.
But I'm sure Moses loved the end of the show as Matt Hardy got in a cheap shot on Darby.
No.
It looks like Matt Hardy's going after the TNT title.
No.
Did I say fuck no enough? Fuck no.
No, not enough.
This is fucking bullshit. I cannot stand that. The fucking bullshit. I can't stand this. This is ridiculous. Why? Why in the love of God, of all fucking geeks, you pick Matt dumbshit Hardy to go after Darby Allin?
Matt by God Hardy.
Matt by God
No,
Hardy.
not by God. He's Matt jackass Hardy.
Well, I mean, you get to have the veteran put over the younger talent.
Hopefully.
What if this fucking geek wins?
Yeah.
And that's the shits. That's what that is. That's the jizzling shits. That's men and women crying. You know what it is? Prince, God rest his soul. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. This is what it sounds like when Matt Hardy wins.
Crying.
Yep. Yes.
All right.
Don't hate on that Prince thing. You know you love that with your wow wow wow.
Hey,
just recognize.
Prince is iconic.
Yes, he is. The greatest romance that's ever been sold, and it's not Matt Hardy.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
We're gonna party like it's 1999 on NXT.
Hold up, it is. Will Smith, Y2K. I'm sorry, Millennium. Go ahead. My fault.
So something kind of pissed me off. Dakota Kai and Raquel got the win over Io and Zoe Stark before Raquel slammed Io for the announce table. But WWE NXT Twitter account played a gif of their double team move, and it was like, this is why they were the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then you fucked them over an hour later.
Oh no.
That tweet would have meant so much more if they held them for a little bit longer.
That was a big no-no on the NXT Twitter account. I saw that.
That's a big no-no.
Oh no, that's a big no. Who's saying all this, Jagland? What is wrong with him?
Like, you're gonna make a big deal out of them being the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, but you screwed them over.
They did. They fucked them royally. You know what they did? It's like friggin' Seth Rogen and the 40-year-old virgin. Fucked them right in the ass with a colonic.
And I love Ember and Shotzi, but damn, 1 hour title reign for Dakota and Raquel, really?
Hey, we gave her the title. We can say we at least gave her a title.
Yeah, no, fuck that. That doesn't count.
I know. Unless the big plan is you have Raquel beat Io for the title, and Raquel, yes, and then Dakota is gonna turn on her, and then eventually they have a nice feud, and then Dakota finally beats her for the title, and there's gonna be some jealousy up in there.
Hope so.
Yes.
I mean, not because I'm not enjoying the partnership, but you can see the tension that Raquel is getting pushed over Dakota, even though Dakota's been putting in all this work.
I'm gonna say it, man. There's something about Raquel Gonzalez that I gotta say, woo! You know what I'm saying? That's a badass chick. You know what I'm saying? Gravitating towards it, Texas.
Mm-hmm. I ain't hating.
I'm not hating, man. I'm just saying appreciating, not hating, appreciating. There you go, Dazzy Dangerously. That's what life.
That's
should
going
be
on a
about.
T-shirt.
Fuck yes, it is.
Roddy Strong tried to side with Kyle over Adam Cole's like, oh, we gotta go and kick this guy's ass. But Kyle's like, yeah, there's no more us.
The delivery. We gotta kick this guy. I'm sorry, but that just made me laugh. I'm like, bro, like he said you're dead to him. We gotta kick this guy's ass. Like, Roddy, like we're broken up. What are you doing?
That should be the tagline for a takeover. We gotta kick this guy's ass.
We gotta kick this guy. You know what it is too? It shows that Roddy's holding out hope. You know, we want the band to get back together.
He's kind of piggy in the middle.
Yeah.
Because nobody's got an issue with him. It's just Undisputed Era exploded around him.
Yes. He is literally right in the middle. Smack dab in the middle. Squeeze in the middle. Smack dab in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Not Malcolm in the middle. But he's right in the middle.
As for Bobby Fish, he's not even there. because he's injured again.
Oh, I have another reference for you. The Middle, Jimmy Eat World.
Yes, great song.
Mm-hmm. That's what that's Roger Strong. He's Jimmy Eat World.
Well, we'll get to more of Roddy and Kyle and Adam Cole in just a little bit. But LA Knight versus Bronson Reed didn't exactly go the way LA Knight planned. Sorry, LA Knight.
I don't care. That's all I can say.
He's not off to a great start, is he?
No. I mean, when you're feuding, and I like Bronson Reed, I think he's very agile, the thick boy, if you will, from Australia. But god dang, man, like we've talked about the fact that he hasn't been around in a while. He's coming back into this feud, which has nothing to add elements to. I know this is LA Knight's first feud, but I don't see it. Every time I like both men as athletes, but I gotta say, man, I'm very disinterested, and I'm kind of like fading away from this, and I just want to see something else. I'm like, can he move on to something else? Can he go for the North American title? I don't want to see him and Bronson Reed. I can't get into it, Des.
Yeah, it's bad. And also, Bronson Reed got the win. So LA Knight's second match in NXT. The first one he almost lost through distraction, and the second one he just gets blocked by Bronson Reed.
You know what it reminds me of? So when Mike Kanellis, and I got to use this reference because I'm burning up in your love. The fact that he friggin' comes in, beats Sami Zayn on like a SmackDown, and then friggin' Sami Zayn beats him on the pay-per-view, and Mike Kanellis' second match, he loses the goddamn match, and then he just is, his wife's whipping boy. But I'm just like, god dang, man, like you got burning up with your love. I'm getting that 80s vibes, and I'm loving it.
Bang, man.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. God dang, you got a problem with the god dang lawyer. You son of a bitch.
No, I don't have a problem. What the hell? Where the hell are we getting the Mike Kanellis?
Oh, I was saying because LA Knight lost the second match, and when Mike Kanellis was in there, he lost the second match to Sami Zayn.
Well, I knew this was going to happen with LA Knight, so geek.
And if anybody expected any different, dummy. Yeah.
This was the plan. This guy is not anybody. They brought him in because he signed a contract. He got a nice little debut. They know all he is a fucking talker. Did you really think he was going to lose to a big giant guy? No. I mean, win? No, he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
And he's a former Impact guy. We know how WWE loved to bury him.
Well, technically speaking, he was in their developmental system in like 2011, 2012, but who's counting?
Well, yeah, but he made a name for himself in Impact.
I know.
Honestly, the only one really that's been successful as an AEW, as an Impact turnover is AJ Styles, and that's because you can't bury AJ Styles.
Well, they tried to, and Chris Jericho was like, no, Vince, he's a fucking star. He's not losing a Ryback at WrestleMania.
Oh, jeez. I thought it was a good idea.
Stupid.
Yeah, they wanted me to squash AJ at WrestleMania.
I'm dumb as fuck. Like that guy is just all right. You could push this positivity bullshit on me, bro, and the fact that you got your vitamins and you're big, and all of a sudden you eat all these Rice Krispie treats and you think you're so tough and shit. Like, bro, go fuck yourself. Because when you were on fucking Tough Enough, you didn't do diddly squat except for the fact that you can eat like a motherfucker, and then you friggin' come back and Skip Sheffield. Yep. What it do? And do diddly squat for me, and you're being mentored by the great. And then friggin' just fucking that dude sucks. I do not like Ryan Reeves. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like he thinks he's a somebody when you're nobody. I'm like, dude, like you had the thing with Punk, then you got injured, then you came back and did diddly squat. Yes, you had a feud with Cena, but you did diddly squat after that. He did nothing. Like really, there's something just about that dude that he thinks he's something that he's really not. It's like it's that inferiority complex.
Yeah. Never. Yeah. I never liked him. I liked his catchphrase, but that was it.
Yeah, Feed Me More was a great catchphrase. Great on merchandise and T-shirt. But other than that, he sucked. And I still remember, because I still say this to this day, when he wrestled Jack Swagger in his debut on Raw, he almost killed him off that backdrop.
Yep.
What it do?
He's an idiot.
Now, earlier this week, we found out that Danny Burch, is injured. So the NXT Tag Team titles have been stripped, and if that wasn't bad enough for Oni Lorcan, he then had to go on one-on-one with Karrion Kross.
Poor Oni.
No, I mean, at least it was a good match of them killing each other.
Yeah.
Oh, agreed. But when you have a guy like Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, whatever you want to call him, and he's just those strikes, and then you got Oni who's batshit crazy, you're in for a hell of a mix.
And that's what we got.
Yep. I just feel bad for Birch because they have to now vacate the titles.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay for us because we're getting a pretty good match out of it for Takeover.
And I would just like to say I was very happy that I was right because you guys were like, why would Tommaso Ciampa go for the UK title? Hello.
I still don't know why he would, but I'm okay with it.
Me too. I'm just saying, man. UK. Represent. Here's the thing, man, that pisses me off about you, you son of a bitch, Captain. Damn it, man. We got NXT UK and you just want to not watch it, not represent your people?
You know what? It's on is it Thursday or Friday? Thursday. So, I mean, I'm already wrestling out by this point.
That is very true. It comes on a very bad day because we have Monday through Wednesday. And then
Yeah, he ain't no goddamn Dave Belcher. You know, he ain't trying to watch 20 hours of wrestling every day.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all for it though. Imperium beat Ciampa down after he made it very, very clear he wants the NXT UK title. We have jumped forward a little bit though because Finn Balor came face to face with Karrion Kross. Absolutely zero fear. Somebody's gonna get injured.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Every time we have like an intense one-on-one for the NXT title, somebody gets injured. Balor and O'Reilly nearly killed each other. Kross got injured when he won the title last time. He was also, I don't know if it was kayfabe or if he really did hurt his arm a little bit this week, but he was really favouring his left arm. Which, is that the one he tore?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope it's kayfabe and he's just playing it.
I hope so.
Well, like you mentioned, Mike, William Regal has announced the Gauntlet Eliminator.
I
wonder where they got that idea from. So there's 12 people. This actually is very unique. 12 people in a battle royal. The last 6 will then enter a match based on the order they're eliminated.
It's very Impact booking like because, like I said, when they have the reverse battle royal, it's very convoluted.
Yeah. So the final 6 it comes down to, whatever order they're eliminated in, is the order they enter a gauntlet match for the number 1 contendership to face Johnny Gargano for the North American title, which Johnny Gargano is not happy about because he's only going to get 24 hours notice.
Oh yeah, and then why the fuck did Wayne Barrett try to defend him like that's a normal thing? Well, he didn't get any notice. It's like, what the fuck you?
He's like, I need tape. I need time to study. And Regal's like, you want some advice? Research your bloody opponents.
That was great. Tell him, Regal.
Okay.
Hey, look here, you eat. Get to studying.
Get to study. Okay, so that whole thing. Well, first and foremost, here's what's funny. Like, Johnny Gargano's playing that chicken shit heel in the whole 9, but I'm like, we're not just gonna act like he's not Mr. Johnny Takeover.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He's like, aren't you Johnny Takeover?
Mm-hmm.
He is very, very funny as a chicken shit heel, though.
He's great. And then
the chicken shit heel is something that's very overplayed for heels, but Gargano makes it so entertaining.
This should be also on a T-shirt because we were talking about a lot of T-shirt designs here, Dazzy Dangerously. I will say this: anytime that we see something that we like, or anytime that we describe and so eloquently put it as chicken shit heel in their job as a performer and applying their craft, this should be on a T-shirt. Of course, Cornette. That's it.
Shit, Cornette says.
Shit, Cornette says. There you go.
Ember and Shotzi retained the NXT Women's Tag Team titles against Aaliyah and Mercedes because, of course. But it looks like Candice and Indy are next in line.
I'm for that. I'm really, really for that.
Yeah, I'd be happy with another title change. Again, nothing against Ember and Shotzi, love them both, but if they're gonna play hot potato with these titles, then Indy and Candice definitely deserve them.
I gotta say, that's a lot of wiggling if they're going to be doing some hot potato. So yeah, man.
Well, I mean, we got a bit of time now before the next takeover after this one, so hopefully we'll finally get a long reign, unless, Ember and Shotzi do retain. So, Jordan Devlin, Jordan Devlin, aka Mini Balor, had a hell of a match with Kushida, and got the win despite some interference from Legado del Fantasma. But as Kushida went apeshit on Legado, leaving Devlin and Santos to square up, which then led to Shawn Michaels making a surprise appearance to make it crystal clear that they will decide the undisputed Cruiserweight title in a ladder match. Perfect way to announce it.
That's right, SummerSlam 1995.
This man with his SummerSlam 95. Okay, so WrestleMania 10, SummerSlam 95. Okay, this man. I'm sorry, but you screaming that on SummerSlam 95. I'm like, I got thrown off by that, Moses. Anyway,
there was another one at SummerSlam, Punk and Cena.
I know, but I'm just saying, man. He was very excited about that. Friggin' SummerSlam 95, Mr. Retro Rewind over there. Let it out.
You know why?
About it,
Because people only ever talk about the WrestleMania 10 ladder match, and Razor and Shawn's rematch very rarely gets talked about.
And it was a great rematch. It was great. And people just shit like fucking WrestleMania 10. I'm like, no, SummerSlam 95, you fuckers.
Meanwhile, Bret Hart's over here like, I was in the first ladder match.
Fucking grumpy Bret.
We don't care, Bret. Shut up.
It was my idea. We were in the ladder match. Did not air.
Everybody's like, first ever ladder match on TV, and Bret's like, am I a fucking joke to you?
So why so serious, Bret? Like, for real. And I love Bret Hart, but he just is over the top with his seriousness. But anyway, what I wanted to say was, I'm going to say this right now, because Jordan Devlin and the reasons I don't like him, not because of his talent, but the reasons.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Santos Escobar. I want Santos Escobar and Kushida.
Yeah, I'm down for it. And then, of course, final segment, Regal just bollocks Cole and Kyle for getting arrested last week and embarrassing NXT. So, we're now...
The angry dad.
Ain't nothing like an angry William Regal. We're now going to get an unsanctioned match at TakeOver. Because, of course.
Well, yeah.
I really liked Kyle just, sitting there, taking it all in while Adam just yelled a bunch of shit at him. And basically said the Undisputed Era has been holding him back.
Well,
I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, to add to that, what's cool about it, too, is, it's an unsanctioned match. You mentioned Shawn Michaels, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, SummerSlam, if it's anything like that, it's going to be wild.
We've said many times, very, very close friends often have the best and most brutal matches when it's a personal rivalry. Shawn Michaels and Triple H is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is definitely Shawn and him.
I wonder if they can keep it going for 4 years, though, like Shawn and Triple H did back and forth.
What's great about that feud is, being there at SummerSlam, watching him come back in the sledgehammer to the back, and then Survivor Series, Armageddon, and then Royal Rumble 04, and then Bad Blood 04 on the Hell in the Cell. I think that was the last time they went one-on-one, right? I think so.
Bad Blood's where it ended, yeah, Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, Bad Blood 04, yeah. Mm-hmm. Which was a better match at that Bad Blood than 03 with goddamn Kevin Nash and his Punisher haircut against Triple H with Mick Foley as the ref.
Hey, we had Trapped, though, with Headstrong.
Headstrong will take on anyone. You know what I'm saying? I love that song. I think the only other time...
So many everything.
Yes, it is. Correct. I think the only other trap song I remember that came out was around that time period. We had 2003, and we had Trust Company and Downfalls. A lot of the stuff that really played on MTV too. So fast forward 5 years later, on that time period, I remember they had that song. Who's going home with you tonight? Is it real or am I part of your collection? Have you crossed the line? Who's going home with you tonight? Do you remember that, Desiree?
No.
Oh, Moses, you know that one?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Early 2000s though had the best theme songs.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Well, that was the end of NXT. it ended with Kyle and Adam Cole literally inches apart, yelling in each other's faces while they were being held back.
Yelling and screaming. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass.
You're a dickhead.
Oh, what? Well, you're a dickhead.
You know,
Goddamn dickhead.
reminds me of that was a little toxicity. It sounded like System of a Down the way they were screaming. Wake up, Carl Russian, put a little makeup. That's got to be with the shake up. What do you
They're screaming at each other. But I'm excited for it. Like how you guys were saying, it's total Sean and Trips.
Yep.
So they're gonna bring the best out in each other.
Yeah. And what
Somebody going to die.
What the hell was that jiu-jitsu gym Kyle O'Reilly was in? It was like you walk through the door and you're instantly on the mat. What the fuck?
That's jiu-jitsu.
That's the art form of jiu-jitsu.
That is jiu-jitsu, bud. You walk in, there is enough room for you to take your goddamn shoes off.
But there wasn't even enough room for that.
I was yelling. I was screaming at my monitors. How dare you, Adam Cole, you disrespectful son of a bitch. Like, you take your shoes off. What an asshole.
Who wears shoes on a mat? Honestly.
Yeah. What a dickhead.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is the Max Wrestling Podcast. Remember to like and follow Max Wrestling on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as Andre Corbeil's channel, and follow us at Max Wrestling UK on Twitter and Instagram. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and Castbox.
Cast Bizarre!
And special episodes also on Anchor.fm. And
That's right.
above all else, go check us out at maxwrestling.net. Follow us on social media at TheCaptain512, at MCL92. He will be back very soon at Walker_TA92 and at SMRPodNet. Before we tap out and bid you adieu, it's time for a reminder that Twitch makes Vince's dick itch. And everyone on Anchor thinks he's a wanker, including Moses Marquez.
Goddamn right. So as he said, SMRPodNet, everywhere possible, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, twitch.tv/BigMo2425. The journey from console to PC is the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Jesus. You know how often I pushed the wrong button? It's like imagine yourself like driving a spaceship. Okay? And everything's going smooth, right? You're flying. All of a sudden, you push the wrong button, you get shot in the face. It sucks. It's the worst. But I'm hilarious on this commentary, so you got to check it out. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right now, there's an official schedule that I will, I guess, release now. Well, where's my phone so I can get the actual first date of? I think the actual first day of April is a weekend. Is that right? Oh, I'm looking right now.
Yeah, that's a weekend, the first day in April. Yeah, man.
No, here we go. So it would be the 5th. So starting April the 5th.
Okay.
Which is a great day to start, by the way. So starting April the 5th, my official Twitch stream schedule goes as follows. Mondays are Retro Mondays that will coincide with Retro Rewind. I will be playing N64 and or PS2 games.
Nice.
Depend either wrestling. It's gonna like vary. It's gonna be Tony Hawk's been like the most requested. There's been some wrestling. I think what was another one? Not the goddamn crashy one with the clown head.
Not crying. No.
Anyway,
I don't know.
No, anyway, Twisted Metal. That's what it's called.
All right.
That's been recommended. And then Wednesdays, I'm going to be playing Valorant, which is another first-person shooter, a little on the cartoony side. And then Fridays are for you crazy hardcore fuckers that just want to hear me scream and yell. I will be playing Call of Duty, whatever the hell the new one is, Cold War.
All right.
You know, WWE had a version of Twisted Metal. It was called Crush Hour.
Yeah.
Oh God, I gotta find it.
Mike, who you been talking to?
Okay, so LFC 31 Booty Camp 2 was this past Tuesday with the main event of Selena De La Renta beating Katie Forbes, thank God, for the LFC Booty Camp Championship. And we had a lot of debuts, and it was fun. It came from the FSW Hall, Future Stars of Wrestling, which saw a lot of talent, such as Karrion Kross, Eli Drake, now LA Knight, and many talents come out of that, including Chris Bay, who is on Impact Wrestling doing his thing. That's the way, Chris Bay. Yeah, man, it was a great show from top to bottom. Check it out. Check it out on LangerFC.com and check out the official weigh-ins beforehand. It was very intense. It was very cool and very sexy at all in one. So yeah, LFC podcast. Latest episode featured LFC CEO Sean Donnelly previewing the event with me and talking about the bouts and everything that's encompassed with the upcoming LFC events that are supposed to happen in June and August, going back to Sturgis for South Dakota Motorcycle Rally, baby. And you can also check out my latest interview with Daisy Page. She's a sessions wrestler. She's a gamer. She's just a whole of a sweet person. And it was a lot of fun talking with her about that. And, of course, SM Show 1, MCL92, StephenMikeShow.com, SoundCloud.com/MCLarkin92. I have a couple things on my YouTube channel, Mike Larkin. Just type it in. And, yeah, that's pretty much where you can find me. And also you can find me on the Max Wrestling Podcast with my brethren, the Max Wrestling Four Horsemen, Dazzy Dangerously, Mike Larkin, Travis the Walker Anderson, Moses Marquez, and Daz and I just did a net picks, which will be going out as well very soon. We got mad. We're got to get mad in our part 2, and we do that, talk about originals and remakes, because there's a whole lot of shiz in it, Daz.
Dig it.
Dig it.
And join us
next week
for the last stop before Promo Mania. I just remembered, before they changed the date for WrestleMania, this would have been Promo Mania this week.
Yes, it would have been.
Oh, shit.
But next week just happens to be
screwed.
episode 316. Yeah.
What?
I can already hear the glass smash. But, yeah, Mike, you bastard. But we're going to leave you this week with another promo. The Cinematic Showdown is about more than the promo in the World Championships. It's the first ever competitive bout of any kind between myself and the Phoenix, and we started this journey 6 years ago this week. So I just have a few last words for him. So on that note, that's the bottom line. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang!
Billy Mount Bastards, watch Promo Mania. What?
That's right, Promo Mania. I'm coming for the Iron Bank and your crown, Moni Lynn.
Space Mountain, big money.
We're 16 days away from Promo Mania, and for the first time ever, I'm going one-on-one with my own flesh and blood. Phoenix and I started this journey 6 years ago, so why now? Why am I prepared to take him on now? Because what better time? I have watched him scratch and claw more than anyone to achieve his goals, and in the last 12 months he has become a 3-time knowledge champion and finally the promo champion. He is on top of the mountain right now, and he's on top of his game. Now, when I made this challenge last summer, I had no idea any of this was going to happen. Back then, I was the main eventer, and I wanted to give him a marquee spot, one-on-one with the Shape. But now, I have nothing to offer him, except this, the World Championship. But maybe I've grown quite attached to it. Maybe I finally have something to defend, and somehow I've ended up facing the promo champion, so now maybe I have something to fight for. This is title for title. This is blood versus blood. But this will be unlike anything you have ever seen before on Max Wrestling. The Cinematic Showdown will change the game. This time last year, the Shape changed the game by introducing the promo exhibition with Mike Larkin and Promo Mania. This year, the game changes again. But Phoenix, the Shape has survived Larkin, the Demoness, the Walker El Jefe. Maybe You have to go to a dark place to keep your gold. You see, the Shape has never competed for titles before. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what he's willing to do, and maybe that scares me a little bit. Because the stakes in the match are now higher than I ever expected them to be. So with the stakes that high, I'm not bringing this. I'm bringing this. We have the chance to make history. But at what cost?
Phoenix, do I have your attention now?